Your next breakthrough could be just one conversation away. Welcome to the Hypnosis NGH podcast, Meet the Presenters. I'm Eric Damon. Join us at the NGH Convention and Educational Conference in Marlborough, Massachusetts, August 7th, 8th, and 9th, and discover what's possible. Let's begin. Please welcome today's guest. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Hypnosis NGH podcast, Meet the Presenters edition. We have a special guest today who is actually, I'll say the news now. In the fall, you'll be hearing her doing podcasts as well, because she's going to be hosting some of our international podcasts. Please welcome Dr. Petra Frese.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure as always to be here. Thank you.
Now, we like to get all of your the mentions out that you're board certified, you're a certified instructor, you're a PhD. What's your PhD?
In psychology. I have 2 PhDs, an academic one and an honorary one in psychology.
There you go. See, you're much smarter than I am.
You never know.
You've been coming to the NGH convention for many years.
That is
I don't want to put a number to it, but
I started in 2013 actually, and I missed 1 year. And all the other years I've been a regular guest and presenter since 2013.
Now we always enjoy having you.
Thank you. Time flies, right?
I know, huh? You do great presentations. You're a lot of fun to have around, so we definitely enjoy having you at the convention. Now, this year you're going to be doing 2 presentations for us. So if we can talk about those presentations and give everyone an idea of what they'll learn by sneaking into one of your classes, that would be great. On Friday, at the beginning of the convention at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you're going to be doing the science of trust.
You know, the science of trust is really how I see it. It's really tied to how much we trust ourselves. So it starts with ourselves, right? And what's going on in the brain. And when we understand how that works, we also understand how we can build trust with our clients. And when we understand that, we can build our practice better.
Now, that's a workshop that's going to be happening. So you've got 2 hours to, definitely instill all kinds of knowledge in everyone's brain while they're sitting there and give them some information that they'll definitely be able to utilize in their own practice.
Yes, it's information, of course, but it's also them working on themselves, on their own practice, right? It's a workshop, so we are getting work done together. And I think this is very valuable because when you do the work on your own, in your own setting, just by yourself, you have no guidance, right? You do it to the best of your knowledge, but when you do it in a team or with the guidance, how it's supposed to help you building your practice, I think this is where the gold lies, right? That you, in real time, actually get advice, get guidance, learn from other people's mistakes, learn from mistakes that I did, so that nobody else has to repeat the same mistakes. Yes, there's more room for them to do their own mistakes, but there's no reason to do the same things that I did. And that's what I want to share, right? What I learned and how I figured out a way to make those things easier and faster and more efficient, and really that we can help more clients.
Well, I think that's important because, you definitely will, you don't want to make the mistakes and then don't know how to fix them yourselves. It's better if you can sit and learn from others and, come up with a bigger, better plan, I guess.
Right. And also to learn you're not the only one, right? When you're lonely, when you just do your own thing, at least for me, I think, am I the only person who didn't get this right the first time or the second or even the third time? But when you're in a group of like-minded people and you learn other people make mistakes too, and that is okay, right? And then you feel not as lonely and you have the support. And this propels us forward.
That sounds great. That's going to be on Friday. It's a workshop at 2 o'clock. Science of Trust. Now on Saturday we got you getting up bright and early at 9 a.m. Well, hopefully you get up a little earlier for the presentation and not just show up right after 9. But
Yeah.
that presentation is Earth Angels. What does it have to do with you, hypnosis, and your clients? What's that about?
That's a system that I think is very helpful. I mean, Earth Angels is a term that really helps people to understand it, right? They have a positive connection. Most people have a positive connection when they hear angels. I like to think about this as a structure about our soul assignments. What have we agreed to experience and to do on Earth, right? It's very closely knit, tied to our purpose here on Earth. And when we understand those things, when we can connect the dots and know why some people are as they are, right? Why some people do what they do and see things exactly as they see them, we can help them better when we understand what soul assignments they have agreed to, what they are doing here on Earth, right? That's why Earth Angels, they are doing great work here on Earth. And when we understand what's triggering them or what is not resonating with them, we can help them to solve their problems better, more efficient, and we also can give them something to hold on to. If it's a structure that most people can relate to, that they can understand, and this alone gives them relief, right? When they say, "Oh, that's why I'm struggling with infertility," for instance, right? "Oh, that's why I'm constantly against something, whatever it is," or "That's why I'm having financial problems." Then they get the relief and understand, okay, this is not something wrong with me. That's something that I decided to learn in this lifetime. And hypnosis can help me to learn this faster, easier, and turn it into something good that I can do with it.
So this is great because this is a presentation that attendees can definitely learn from and get another perspective on how they can look at their clients or even themselves, I guess, in some cases.
Right. Last time as I gave this presentation, it was really interesting and a good feeling for me that people said, "Oh, now I understand myself," right? And one person in the room said, "Wow, now I understand my grandson and now I know how I can help him," right? Yes, it's about our clients. That's what the conference is for. But it also helps us in our personal life. And I mean,
Absolutely.
how good is that we can make the world more peaceful?
Absolutely. That's why we enjoy having you because you got such great insight on things and you definitely have a lot of knowledge to share. And we appreciate that.
Thank you.
So that course's presentation is going to be on Saturday at 9 a.m. So want to make sure that people catch that. Now, I have to ask you. I mean, we're also going to have you helping us out around the convention. You can't just hang around and do two presentations. I know you'll be attending some other presentations to watch, but um, I think we can give a little sneak peek that you're going to be helping us debut a new uh, addition to our podcast family in the fall, which is going to be our international podcast. And can you give us a quick little idea of any? I know you have a couple of guests you've talked to, and what people can expect from listening to that.
Thank you for mentioning that. It's a great honor for me to be allowed to have this podcast, to host a podcast, and to speak in my mother tongue in German with people who have their practices in Europe. And we are going to dive into their personal stories, how they came to hypnosis, what brought them into the profession of being a hypnotist, what difficulties they experiencing in Europe, right? What the challenges are, and what their favorite stories are. So they share what they experience from a personal perspective and also from a professional perspective. And I think the beauty of that for me is we all have a story, right?
Right.
As Don Mutton always says, I've heard this so often, nobody was born a hypnotist.
That's true.
Right? So we all had a life before hypnotism, and something in our personal life nudged us to dive deeper into that wonderful tool and to hear the personal stories and how it helped the person's lives to become better, how they connect with their purpose when they share about their client stories. It really it opens my heart. It is wonderful. And I have so many interesting people. I have some interviewed already, some are still on the list. They are waiting for me. I apologize. Whoever hears that, I know it's not easy to schedule with me, but I'm so much looking forward to hearing the podcast and to hear those people shine, and the ones that I recorded already. I think those people, they deserve to be in the spotlight. They are wonderful. They are doing amazing work. And I really, really, really love each and every one of them and their stories.
Well, we appreciate it because I mean, as everyone knows, the National Guild of Hypnotists has members throughout the world, and this is a great way for us to continue to reach out and bring that in and the international podcast and have you part of that. So we thank you for doing that.
Thank you. It's really, I'm enjoying it a lot. It is fun. Yes, it's work, right? It's a lot of additional work. It's a lot of work for you. I mean, you get the podcast in German, and then you have to go through it and edit and make it look nice, right? Yeah, it's a lot of work for all of us, but I think it's really worth the effort.
I'm working on my German.
I can help you with that.
Going to take a while, but anyways. Well, let me get this one final thing I wanted to throw out and ask you. It's now because you've been coming to the convention for so long, what would you say to somebody who's on the fence or just thinking about it but doesn't know if they should come? Why should they come to the convention?
Okay, first of all, can I go wider and give you a long-winded answer here?
Sure.
First of all, I get it, right? I did think about going to the convention for myself for whatever is considered a long time, but it was not okay, I go there because it's effort, right? It takes you out of your daily work, it takes you out of your schedule, it takes you out of your environment where you feel safe. It's an investment, financial investment, time investment, it's effort, bringing yourself there. But what you get in return, this is what you cannot measure in those units, right? Time, finances. You cannot measure it in those terms, but it's so much more every single year. And I thought, okay, I go there maybe a year, maybe two, and then I know the spiel. Every single year, it's worth getting there because we connect, we learn from each other, we support each other, we guide each other, right? Sometimes it's not always the easy sugarcoating thing, but this is what I think we learn the most, right? If someone says, no, you shouldn't continue doing it like this, give this a try, and it pushes you forward. And I think this is the helpful, right? The connections, the learning, the teaching, and this really being present for each other. And I can say I found some, I would say, lifelong friends there.
Yep. And that's why, again, I mean, it's important that people get together. Like you said, they can bounce stuff off each other, and besides learn while they're there, or fine tune some skills that they're doing already. So
Right, right. And this leaning on each other.
yeah, absolutely.
I mean, almost every conference or everyone says that about their conference. And I'm not saying it's not true for other conferences. What I'm saying, for me, it's special going to the NGH conference. It's not just lip service, it is that community. And yes, you have to put yourself into that. You have to contribute. You have to be open and be willing to connect with other people. But if you do so, that's going to be your conference, this one event of the year. That if you're still thinking about it, just decide and go. You most certainly will not regret it. When you come with an open mind and with an open heart, you will not regret it.
Well, that's why we keep seeing you all these years. So
Right?
we appreciate it. So if anyone wants to sign up, they can certainly go online to www.ngh.net and they can sign up right there. And they can catch the presentations that you'll be doing during the convention, which is August 7th, 8th, and 9th in Marlborough, Massachusetts. Petra, I want to thank you very much for joining us today. I appreciate you talking about what you'll be doing and just talking. I appreciate seeing you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. I'm so much looking forward to seeing you and all of you out there, to see you at the conference.
Thank you for being part of our growing NGH community. This has been the Hypnosis NGH podcast, Meet the Presenters. We invite you to connect with us in person at the NGH Convention and Educational Conference in Marlborough, Massachusetts, August 7th, 8th, and 9th. Sign up online at www.ngh.net.